Hello, English learners. Welcome back to another episode of the English Leap podcast. This is your safe place to listen to real English conversations, improve your listening skills, and grow your vocabulary naturally. I'm Jack.
And I'm Emma. We are so happy you are here with us today. Whether you are on the bus, washing the dishes, or just relaxing on your sofa with a warm cup of tea, thank you for letting us be part of your day.
So, Emma, I have to ask you, be honest with me, how did your day start today? Was it a smooth, perfect, cinematic morning, or was it, well, a bit messy?
Oh, Jack, you know me. Perfect is not really my style. Honestly, it was a struggle. My alarm rang at 7 a.m., and I looked at it like it was an alien from another planet. I didn't want to move. I think I had a full conversation with my blanket.
A conversation with your blanket? I think our listeners know that feeling very well. Who won the argument, you or the blanket?
The blanket won for about 20 minutes. It said, "Emma, the world is cold. Stay here. It's warm and safe." And I agreed. But eventually I realized I needed coffee more than I needed comfort, so I finally got up. But I felt very groggy.
Groggy. That's a great word to start with. Let's pause for a second there. When Emma says she felt groggy, she means she felt sleepy, slow, and not fully awake yet. You know that heavy feeling in your head before your first coffee? That is groggy.
Exactly. My brain was foggy, my body was heavy, totally groggy. But once I shuffled to the kitchen and smelled that coffee brewing, things started to look a little brighter. What about you, Jack? Are you one of those annoying morning people who jumps out of bed smiling?
I wouldn't say I jump, but I do like the morning. I usually wake up before my alarm. I like the quiet. I opened the window today and the air was crisp. The world feels still. It's the only time of day when nobody is asking me for anything.
See, that sounds beautiful. I want to be that person, but my reality is usually rushing around looking for my socks while trying to brush my teeth at the same time.
And that is exactly what we're talking about today. Our topic is your daily routine. But we are not just talking about the perfect routine, we're talking about real life.
Yes, the messy mornings, the busy afternoons, and how we finally relax at night. We're going to walk through a whole day, from the moment you wake up to the moment you close your eyes. We want to talk about real mornings, not those perfect Instagram mornings where everyone looks perfect.
Exactly. Real life is different. And remember, English learners, this episode is for you. We are speaking in B1 level English, so it is clear and easy to follow, but we will sprinkle in some advanced words to help you grow.
That's right. It's like a gentle stretch for your brain. You feel safe, but you are also moving forward. And don't go anywhere because at the very end of this episode, we have our special vocabulary breakdown. Crystal will join us to explain the hardest words from today's conversation so you can really understand them and use them yourself.
Exactly. That segment is pure gold for your vocabulary. So grab your coffee or your tea and let's open the door to our daily lives. Shall we start at the very beginning, Emma?
Let's do it. The alarm clock, the beginning of the battle.
So, after you finally defeat your blanket and get out of bed, what is the very first thing you do? Is it coffee immediately, or do you have a specific habit?
Actually, no. The first thing I do, and I know this is a bad habit, is check my phone. I pick it up, I look at the screen with one eye open, and I start scrolling.
Ah, the morning scroll. I think many of our listeners know that trap very well.
It is a huge trap. 1 minute I'm just checking the time, and the next minute I'm watching a video of a cat making a cake or reading news about something happening on the other side of the world. Suddenly, 15 minutes have disappeared. It makes me feel, what's the word? Unproductive.
Unproductive. That means not getting things done. You feel like you're wasting time instead of using it well. You're not producing any results.
Exactly. It's a bad start. It makes my brain feel cluttered before I even stand up, like my head is full of junk. But I'm trying to change it. What do you do first, Jack? Please tell me you don't check your emails in bed.
No emails in bed. That is a strict rule for me. The first thing I do is drink a big glass of water. I read somewhere that it helps wake up your brain. Then I open the curtains immediately. I need light. If I stay in the dark, I will fall back asleep.
That is so smart. Light is important. For me, after the phone scrolling, I usually drag myself to the bathroom, and this is where my routine actually begins. I splash cold water on my face. That is the moment I really wake up. It's like a reset button.
A reset button. I like that image. It washes away the sleepiness.
Yes, and then I look in the mirror and say, "Okay, Emma, you're awake. Let's do this." Sometimes I have to convince myself.
Positive self-talk. That's actually a great tip for our listeners. Speaking to yourself in the mirror in English is a great way to train your mouth. But okay, you're awake, you're washed. Now, do you rush or do you take it slow?
It depends on the day, but usually I'm rushing. I run to the kitchen, and this is the most important part of my morning, the coffee.
Ah, the fuel.
Yes, I'm a zombie until I have my coffee. I like the smell of it brewing. It fills the whole kitchen. It smells like hope.
Smells like hope. That is poetic. I'm the same. I make my coffee, but I try to sit down for just 5 minutes to drink it. I try to be intentional.
Intentional, that's a powerful word.
Yes, being intentional means doing something on purpose with a clear reason. I don't just drink the coffee while running around looking for my keys. I sit, I taste it, I think about my day. I try to be calm before the chaos starts.
I love that. You're setting the tone for the day. If you start calm, maybe the rest of the day feels calm. If you start rushing, the whole day feels like a race.
Exactly. It's about creating a small moment of peace. Exactly. It's about creating a small moment of peace. Because once that coffee cup is empty, the peace usually ends, doesn't it?
Unfortunately, yes, that is when the real race begins. I have to find my keys, put on my shoes, and run out the door. And then I face the next big part of my routine, the commute.
Ah, the commute. That is a very specific vocabulary word. For our listeners, your commute is your journey to work or school. It's the time you spend traveling. So, Emma, how do you commute? Are you a driver or do you take public transport?
I take the bus, and honestly, it is a love-hate relationship. On one hand, I don't have to drive, so I can close my eyes or listen to music. But on the other hand, it is usually so crowded. It is rush hour.
Rush hour. That is the time of day, usually 8 a.m. and 5 p.m., when everyone is traveling at the same time. The roads are full and the buses are packed.
Packed is the right word. Sometimes I feel like a sardine in a can. Everyone is squashed together, elbows everywhere, and if it is raining, oh, forget it. The bus smells like wet umbrellas and stress.
That is a very vivid image. Wet umbrellas and stress. But you know, even though the commute can be annoying, it is also a very important transition time.
Transition? What do you mean?
I mean, it is the bridge between home you and work you. When you're at home, you are relaxed, maybe you're wearing pajamas. When you arrive at work, you have to be professional. The commute is the time where your brain switches modes.
That is true. I usually put on my headphones and listen to a podcast, like this one, and it helps me block out the noise. It helps me prepare mentally. What about you, Jack? Do you drive?
I do drive, but I try to avoid the main roads because I hate traffic. Sitting in traffic feels like wasting my life. So I leave very early to beat the rush. My car is my quiet place. I use that time to think about my day, to plan my lessons, or sometimes I just sing very loudly because nobody can hear me.
Oh, I would pay money to see you singing in your car, Jack. But I like that idea, using the time for yourself. So you drive, I take the bus, but eventually we both arrive. We walk through the door of the office or the school.
Yes, the arrival. That moment when you sit at your desk. How does that moment feel for you, Emma? Is it exciting or is it stressful?
To be honest, it's usually a bit stressful. I sit down, I turn on my computer, and I open my email, and usually there is a mountain of messages waiting for me. It makes me feel a little overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed. We use this word a lot because it is a very common feeling in modern life.
It is, but can you explain exactly what it means?
Of course. To feel overwhelmed means you feel like you have too much to do and you don't know where to start. It feels like a heavy weight is on your shoulders. You feel small and the problems feel big.
Yes, that is exactly it. I look at the screen and I think, I cannot do all of this. My brain feels cluttered.
Cluttered, another great word. A room is cluttered when there are clothes and books on the floor. A mind is cluttered when there are too many thoughts jumping around.
Exactly, mental laundry. So when I feel overwhelmed and cluttered, I have a special trick. I don't try to do everything at once. I just choose one small thing.
That is very smart. Breaking it down.
Yes, I write a list on a piece of paper, not on the computer, on real paper, and I pick the easiest thing. Maybe it's just answering one email or organizing my desk. Once I do one small thing, the mountain looks a little smaller.
That is fantastic advice. Action cures fear. When you start moving, the feeling of being overwhelmed starts to disappear. I do something similar. I have a rule. Eat the frog.
Eat the frog? Jack, that sounds disgusting. Please tell me you don't eat frogs for breakfast.
No. It is a famous metaphor. It means do the hardest, ugliest task first. If you have to eat a frog, do it immediately. Don't look at it for 3 hours. Just eat it.
I see. So if I have a difficult phone call to make, I should do it right when I arrive at work?
Exactly. Get it out of the way. Because if you wait, you will spend all day worrying about it. It will sit in the back of your mind like a dark cloud. But if you do it first, the rest of the day feels light and easy.
That makes sense, but it takes a lot of courage to eat the frog. Usually I prefer to eat the candy. I do the easy, fun things first.
We all do. That's human nature. We want to avoid pain. But that brings us to the middle of the day. The work is happening, the emails are being answered, and then we hit a wall.
Ah, yes, the afternoon wall, the time when my brain decides it wants to go back to bed.
So we have survived the morning. We have eaten the frog and done the hardest task. But now we face a new enemy, the afternoon.
Ugh, the afternoon. Specifically, 2 p.m. That is my danger zone.
The danger zone? Why?
Because that is when my energy just crashes. I eat lunch, I sit back down at my desk, and suddenly my brain feels like it is full of cotton. I stare at my computer screen, but I'm not really seeing anything. I just want to put my head on the desk and close my eyes.
Ah, yes. In English, we call this the afternoon slump.
The slump. That sounds exactly like how I feel, like I am sliding down in my chair.
Exactly. A slump is a sudden fall or drop. Your energy drops, your focus drops, you feel heavy and slow. Another great word for this feeling is sluggish.
Sluggish? That is a funny word.
Yes, think of a slug. You know, that small, slimy animal that moves very, very slowly in the garden.
Yes, I know slugs. They are not in a hurry.
Exactly. When you feel sluggish, you feel like a slug. You are moving, but you are moving slowly and without energy. Your brain is slow. Your body is heavy.
That is me. Totally sluggish. And usually when I feel sluggish, I make bad choices. I tell myself, if I just multitask, I will get more done. So I open 5 tabs on my browser, I check my phone, and I try to write an email all at the same time.
Oh, Emma, the multitasking trap. That is actually the worst thing you can do when you are tired.
I know, but I feel guilty if I stop working. I feel like I have to be productive every single second.
That is a very common feeling. We call that perfectionism.
Perfectionism. It sounds like a good thing, like wanting to be perfect, but it doesn't feel good.
No, it is a trap. Perfectionism is a beautiful cage. It tells you you must do everything perfectly or you are failing. So you push yourself too hard, and by 5 p.m., you feel completely drained.
Drained. That is exactly how I feel at the end of the day.
Imagine a battery. When it is full, it is green. When it is empty, it is red.
Yes, my battery is blinking red. And it's not just because I worked hard physically. I sit in a chair all day. Why am I so tired?
because of mental fatigue. You were tired because your brain was fighting all day, fighting distractions, fighting the desire to sleep, fighting the pressure to be perfect. That takes a lot of energy.
That makes so much sense. So, Jack, you are the disciplined one. When you feel sluggish or drained in the afternoon, what do you do? Do you drink more coffee?
No. If I drink coffee at 3 p.m., I will be awake until next Tuesday. I try to do something restorative.
Restorative. That means something that restores you? Like fixing something?
Exactly. It brings your energy back. For me, that's movement. I stand up, I walk away from the screen, even for 5 minutes. I look out the window or stretch my back.
Just 5 minutes?
Yes, I think of it as changing the channel in my brain. If I stay in the same chair looking at the same screen, my brain gets bored and falls asleep. By moving my body, I wake up my mind.
I need to try that. Usually, I just eat a cookie and hope for the best.
Sugar is false energy, Emma. But okay, the workday is finally over. The sun is going down. You pack your bag, you leave the office. This is the final transition.
The journey home.
Yes, and this is where the daily routine either ends happily or ends with stress.
Yes, the journey home. And finally, that specific moment when you put the key in the door, you turn it, and you walk inside.
That is the best sound in the world. Click! And suddenly the world is outside and you are safe inside.
Exactly. It is a boundary. But tell me, Emma, what is the very first thing you do when you get home? Do you immediately start cooking? Do you clean?
Absolutely not. The first thing I do is take off my shoes. That is my signal to my brain that work is over. Then I change into my home clothes. You know, the soft, ugly clothes that nobody else sees.
The comfy clothes. I think everyone has those. It's like shedding a skin. You take off the professional Emma and put on the real Emma.
Exactly. And then I need to recharge. I usually feel quite drained, like my battery is at 5%. So I sit on the sofa for maybe 20 minutes. I don't look at my phone, I just sit.
That is a great habit. In English, we call this unwinding. To unwind means to relax after a period of work or tension. Imagine a clock that is wound up very tight. In the evening, you have to let it unwind or it will break.
I love that visual, unwinding. For me, unwinding sometimes means cooking a simple dinner. Chopping vegetables is actually very relaxing for me. It's simple. It's not like sending emails.
And it smells good. Cooking can be very therapeutic. But I know for some people, cooking feels like a chore.
True. On bad days, I just order pizza. I'm not perfect. But Jack, I want to know about our listeners. We all have different ways to end the day.
That is a great point. So, listeners, we have a quick question for you. We want to know how you unwind after a long day.
Yes. Which one are you? A, I am the social butterfly. I like to have dinner with family or call a friend to talk about my day. B, I am the entertainment lover. I watch Netflix, movies, or YouTube to forget about work. Or C, I am the quiet soul. I read a book, listen to music, or just enjoy the silence.
A, B, or C? Write your answer in the comments below. And try to write a full sentence like, I am B because I love watching series, or I am C because my job is noisy.
Yes, please tell us. I think I am mostly B, but sometimes C. I need that quiet time.
I am definitely C. Give me a book and a cup of tea and I am happy. But you know, Emma, looking back at our conversation today, we have walked through a whole day.
We have. We started with the alarm clock and the battle with the blanket. We talked about the groggy morning feeling.
Then we talked about the commute, the stress of arriving at work, and the feeling of being overwhelmed by emails.
And we survived the afternoon slump. We learned not to eat too much sugar and to move our bodies instead.
And now we are back home. We are unwinding. It really shows that a daily routine is not just a list of tasks. It is a cycle of energy. You wake up, you spend energy, and then you must restore it.
That is so true. And sometimes I feel guilty if my routine isn't perfect. If I wake up late or if I don't eat the frog, I feel like I failed the day.
I think many of our listeners feel that way too. So, I want to say something important to you and to everyone listening.
What is it?
Your worth is not measured by your productivity. You are not a robot. Some days will be perfect. You will wake up early, you will study English, you will work hard. That is great.
But some days,
But some days, you will hit snooze, you will feel sluggish, you will procrastinate, and that's okay too. A routine is not a cage, it is a guide. If you fall off the path today, you can just step back on the path tomorrow.
I really needed to hear that, Jack. A routine is not a cage. It's supposed to help us, not hurt us.
Exactly. So, be kind to yourself. If today was messy, take a deep breath. Tonight, just unwind. Tomorrow is a fresh start.
Thank you, Jack. That makes me feel much better. And speaking of feeling better, I think it is time for the part of the show that makes our English feel better.
You guessed it, we have used some very specific, strong vocabulary words today. Words like groggy, overwhelmed, and intentional.
And we don't just want you to hear them, we want you to know them. So, are you ready for the vocabulary breakdown?
I think they are ready. Let's hand it over to Crystal.
You guessed it, we have used some very specific, strong vocabulary words today. Words like groggy, overwhelmed, and intentional.
And usually we have Crystal help us here, but today, let's do it ourselves. We don't want you to just hear these words, we want you to own them. So, Jack, shall we break them down?
Let's do it. The first word we used this morning was groggy. Definition: feeling sleepy, weak, or not fully awake. It is that heavy feeling you have right after the alarm rings. Example: I felt so groggy this morning that I nearly put salt in my coffee instead of sugar.
That would be a terrible start. The next word is chaotic. Definition: completely confused or disordered, messy and loud. Example: the train station was chaotic because everyone was rushing to work at the same time.
Next, we have a very common feeling: overwhelmed. Definition: feeling like you have too much to do or too many emotions to handle. You feel small and the tasks feel big. Example: when I saw 50 unread emails, I felt completely overwhelmed.
Then we talked about the afternoon feeling, sluggish. Definition: moving slowly or having no energy, like a slug. Example: after eating a heavy lunch of pizza, I felt sluggish and didn't want to work.
And by the end of the day, you feel drained. Definition: extremely tired, having no energy left, like an empty battery. Example: after the long meeting and the traffic, I felt mentally drained.
But then comes the good part, unwind. Definition: to relax and stop thinking about work or stress. Example: I like to unwind by listening to jazz music and cooking dinner.
And finally, the most powerful word of the day: intentional. Definition: done on purpose, doing something with a clear plan or reason, not just by accident. Example: I am trying to be more intentional with my morning routine instead of just rushing out the door.
Those are such great words. If you can use these in your daily life, your English will sound so much more natural and advanced.
Exactly. So, English learners, we have walked through the whole day together. From the groggy morning alarm to the chaotic commute, through the overwhelmed feeling at work, and finally, unwinding at home.
And remember our big message today. Your routine doesn't have to be perfect. If you have a sluggish afternoon, that is okay. Be kind to yourself. You can try again tomorrow.
Exactly. A routine is there to support you, not to trap you. So, take a deep breath, enjoy your evening, and be proud of yourself for practicing English today.
Yes, and if you enjoyed this episode, please help us out. Give this video a like and subscribe to the English Leap podcast. It really helps our channel grow and helps other learners find us.
Thank you for letting us be part of your daily routine today. We are so happy you are here.
Keep learning, keep listening, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.
Your progress doesn't end here. To continue advancing your English skills, click on the next video or explore the additional videos we've thoughtfully selected for you.